Konbanwa minasan. So selamat datang diucapkan untuk anda yang mengikuti sesi ini secara langsung dan juga anda yang menonton setelah live stream ni berakhir ke sesi kolaborasi Stomachofchchaos bersama laman pop culture suka ramai BUZZPOPTV. Seperti biasa, saya Kudo Marizu dari laman blog STOMACHOFCHAOS.com bersama para panelis dari BUZZPOP akan memberi reaksi dan ulasan siri anime Overlord musim keempat season finale episod 13 berjodol Which of the Falling Kingdom, which is essentially the name of volume 14 of the light novel written by Murayama Kugane yang disiarkan di laman streaming IKUZE pada hari Selasa yang lepas. So bersama-sama kita malam ini, panelis malam ini terdiri pada seperti biasa Isekai Waifu Hunter kita Andri Alwi. How are you, man?
Hachama-chama, konnichiwa, dan salam salume deswa. What's happening, Chums? Chums,
Chums. Chums, aku tinggal 2 episod lagi. So I'll watch it before we talk about it on Friday. Yeah, cool.
Get some tissues. Tissues.
Okay. Aku tahulah what you were talking about, but anyway, dan juga kaki anime dan Gundam Meister kita Muhammad Shazli American. How are you, man?
Hello, doing great. Baru reach a personal milestone.
Yeah,
20 tahun bekerja kat tempat sama, so saya dah tua. Tengok anime lagi. Yeah. Anime is not about age. A lot of anime creators are 50, 60 years old kot.
So tadi when you're talking about age, and then obviously some people, you would know that some of our friends in basketball are keen players of Magic the Gathering. So I was talking to my brother who's 4 years younger than I am, and I was thinking like I have friends who playing this game, and they said, yeah, those games are not for kids because those games are for people our age. Because my brother played it in the 90s when he was explaining to me what it was like. He was explaining to me, it's like playing chess, except it's like Final Fantasy and it's with cards. So budak-budak muda, dia kata, will not get. Ada orang muda tak main MTG?
Ada. Kita main, sebab Magic tu dia banyak format. So just today we played one of the formats. Anak one of our friends ni umur dia 13.
Pasal bapak dia sure bagi tahu macam mana nak main semua kan. But if you think about budak-budak sekolah kan, I don't think among themselves they know what it is kot. Agaknya mungkin.
Just so you know, a lot of the people who played Magic dulu kat Malaysia, banyak started umur around teenager kot.
Memanglah. My brother, I mean he said he wasn't a player. Kami ada, unfortunately, kawan kami dah arwah. He had cards, like boxes of them when he was in secondary school.
Actually, the real barrier to entry now is the cost.
Yep.
Now, belajar tu is not that hard. Dia ada macam ni tau. You have like the beginner level of understanding. Then you have the more advanced level. And then you ada the tournament level punya play lah. Generally, kita boleh divide into 3 because to reach level yang tengah ni, yang first ni senang.
I see.
But once you want to go into the middle territory ni, which is actually the biggest category, sebab dia banyak you kena tahu basic interaction. Kalau aku dengan ini, timing dia macam mana, siapa reaction dulu and all that. Once you reach tournament level tu, is when it comes to the deck design.
Tapi one thing I learned from my brother, I don't know whether this is ethical or not among players, is that you could have like you dengan kawan you, katalah I dengan Andri lawan you dengan Nick, tapi I boleh pakat dengan you Ulasan Nick.
Oh, in multiplayer formats, dia ada format berbeza, but the more popular format in Commander is every man for himself.
I see.
Tapi alliances can be made halfway through the game because another guy tengah jadi hero. And because it's a card game, you draw from the top of the deck, draw kan.
And then you cannot choose which card kan. You cannot.
Yes, one guy might have gotten a better draw in the past 5 turns, so dia dah tengah hero. Masa tu, dia kena pakai lah,
When you mentioned the cost, right? It's the same for every fandom tau. Warhammer 40k is very expensive. Even video gaming.
So you need to work to play all these games.
It's not for kids. You have to have an income.
Yeah, income, exactly. So kita menyimpang sekejap ke hobi-hobi. So untuk maklumat anda yang belum pernah mengikuti sesi ulasan kami, perbincangan kami akan mengandungi spoiler yang berkait dengan episod ini, dan juga kepada anda yang menonton sesi ini setelah live stream ini berakhir, sila langgan kepada laman YouTube STOMACHOFCHAOS dan juga BUZZPOPTV supaya anda tidak ketinggalan untuk menonton live stream kami yang akan datang, dan jangan lupa untuk tenyeh butang like. Akan tetapi sebelum kita ke segmen reaksi satu malam, reaksi satu malam, 1001 malam, reaksi satu ayat malam ini, mari kita ke segmen ringkas kita as usual. Dochi anime o miteiru. Anyway, so kita nak start dengan saudara kita. I'm going to start with you, Shaz, because you actually piqued my interest. I've never heard of this show before. And go ahead. Nama kisah yang akan dibawa oleh Shaz ini is Senki Zesho Symphogear. So go ahead, man.
Okay, so Symphogear ni secara asasnya is about girls who have the ability to sing songs and they will transform into dia punya combat punya form. Basically melawan alien creatures called noise. So this anime has been around since 2012 and dah ada 5 season. Okay, so one season is about, was it a full 20 lebih? Yeah, I think most of it is 20 plus.
I've never heard of it, so you need to tell us.
It's a whole 100 episode you can go through. So it's exciting in that sense. Dia yang pentingnya bila they sing the song from their normal punya day-to-day attire or uniform or whatever they're in, dia akan macam jadi magical girl tak, dia akan transform.
I see.
Tapi but because dia punya power comes from dia punya singing, so every time they are fighting, they are always singing.
So macam musical.
In fact,
like
it's
like a musical like when they fight.
Yes. They are actually singing the songs that you are listening to. So macam like they're singing blah 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 blah, dia tapi di tengah tu karakter tu menyanyi tau.
Okay, did you watch this 10 years ago or you just picked this up?
I watched it from season 1.
And I mean, did you watch it then when in 2011?
Yes, aku watch. I watched every season except yang terbaru as it come out.
I see.
The recent one aku rasa masa PKP kot aku tengok. Dia keluar around 2019. So that one mungkin aku dah terlepas. I didn't realise there was a season 5. So aku rasa I thought dah habis kan, because I still enjoy a lot of the songs until today. And dia punya intro, the first 5-10 minutes intro tu was like, these are girls who are singing and fighting in combat style armor. And actually fighting tau, bukan macam magical girl ting 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 then you dah kalah. No, they are actually fighting, throwing punches, shooting bullets, and
do they have an armor macam, I mean, since you are a mecha fan, do they have
punya show with singing fighters?
Okay, is there a mecha element to it? Like do they wear armor or anything like that?
Not mecha, dia macam combat suit lah. Basically what you see kalau you tengok dekat dia punya ni, that is the hero Tachibana, that is the main hero.
Yang tengah tu.
Heroine yang kat tengah tu, that is a combat uniform.
I see.
And then dia orang punya combat, the thing is the noise, aliens yang dinamakan noise ni, they cannot be heard by conventional means.
I see.
Tapi these girls in dia punya fighting gear, and when they're singing and everything, they can cause damage to them lah. Of course, dia punya the story has the concept of power of friendship. So kalau you tak suka elemen power of friendship, you can go away. Tapi kalau you suka girls yang boleh transform into suit, you like exciting songs, combat style, pumping style songs kan, and then you are okay with the power of friendship macam Dragon Ball, a lot of sports anime. Power of friendship can beat a lot of things. Then you enjoy it.
Yeah, nice one.
So
excellent.
And the thing is, dia punya it starts with two main characters. Over time, the main character heroine punya roster bertambah. So I will let you all figure out lah. Season mana dia bertambah.
So poster ni, if I'm not mistaken, pasal I was looking for it. I think season 1. So does that mean over the next few seasons there'll be more characters in the team or something like that?
I don't think this is season 1. This might be season 2.
I was, because aku tak tahu kan what to get.
Tak apa, it's okay. But regardless, the Tachibana yang kuning is the okay, wait, let's go through the blue one. Nama dia adalah apa boleh tengok?
Yang macam ayam telinga kucing tu.
These were the 3 initial characters. So I was surprised when they got more characters after that. Okay. Yang biru tu nama dia is Tsubasa Kazanari. She was actually one of the original from the heroine punya set lah. There's actually a minor spoiler, but the spoiler resolved dalam first 5 to 10 minutes. Hibiki Tachibana yang pendek kecil tu.
Okay.
And then the other one yang putih tu nama dia Chris Yukine. Tetapi there is her special form, tak silap aku. Sebab her main armor warna dia merah. So they have like the normal armor and then they have special armor. Dia banyak henshin lah in that sense, but dia tak ada henshin jadi macam Kamen Rider tu hilang. So it's power of friendship with fighting girls. Girls who are actually fighting yang bukannya hihiha kind of fighting. There's actual explosion, character melayang-melayang. And itulah aku rasa the story development, kalau kau nak compare dengan the story character development is not very deep. Kalau you compare dengan even One Piece, katakan One Piece kan dia all the black stories sebenarnya. It's enough for you to enjoy because you want to watch it for the fight scenes anyway. And I mean,
as you know, that's how I watch my anime anyway. Nak tengok gaduh dah habis tu. Okay, anyway.
Itulah kan. Aku suka Jojo, bro.
I didn't bring my banana. Tak bawa pisang ni.
Tak bawa pisang
Muhammad Abdul anyway.
So it is a very interesting anime lah, I would say. Tapi yang penting sekali, kalau you tak tahan power of friendship be everything, you maybe better not lah.
I'm sure. I mean, the only thing I've just read a few just untuk penonton di rumah basically. So inilah satu with season pertama dia was in the winter of 2012. At that time ada 13 episod dan terbitan studio. I've never heard of this guy Satellite that encourage film, but this been an anime 10 years ago. But it does seem to have an interesting format. Andri, have you seen this before?
No, but I've heard of it, but I've never seen it. But I'm not surprised. A lot of this anime in that year, right, 2012, falls into the female idol type of action punya trope tau. Because
masa I tengok trailer dia dekat tu, you can hear the music, you can hear it, lagu-lagu macam era tu kan.
Yeah, because I was also trapped in that same trope, but on a different genre. I was hardcore on Idol Master.
That's something that I tried watching, but I never catch on. And then dia orang ramai gila.
Oof. It was a bit overwhelming, but I enjoyed it a lot. It was very well done for the genre lah.
Yeah. Because talking about, like last week I was mentioning that I like rock band punya ni. One thing that bukanlah tak pernah dengar of them, but I never because caught on. Macam Bang Dream for example, that's a band.
Bang Dream.
Idol Master. But I like bands. So like for example, the Bang Dream girls and the Rosalia, if not mistaken, the guitars are actually designed by ESP Japan. So you can go to Tokyo and buy the ESP brand for $1,000 unless you buy the cheap version lah. But that's by the by lah. So anyway, you're here because you want to talk about this person. Isekai Oji-san. So okay, go ahead.
It's the Isekai Oji-san Netflix offering since a few months ago. It's reverse Isekai story. It's not the story where the hero is transferred to another world. It's about the hero who's transferred to another world and then get recalled back to his own world. Public. But it's not. But the best part of this anime, kan, it's not your typical anime story. Tau. The hero is not handsome. He's damn ugly. Yeah, he's old. And he's a social outcast, like a lot of us who's not so outverted, you know.
Aku extrovert juga kot.
Okay, not always, not outverted, extrovert. Yeah, that's the word. He's very introverted, but we can all relate to him because part of us actually hate people in some way or form. Tau. I mean, there's a type of person that we do not like. He is hardcore Sega. I think anyone who doesn't worship Sega, I think is on his bad list lah.
Huh? Dia suka Sega?
Sega, the Mega Drive.
Sega. La ilaha illallah.
Yeah.
Memang uncle lah. Memang uncle lah.
Imagine this. He got called to the Isekai world in the 90s tau. When he was when the GameCube is basically the best console game on the market. Before the PlayStation. So when he get back, he was asking, does Sega have a new console? No, they died out. So this story, so aside from that, this story is very interesting. It's very funny. It's very intelligent. They troll you throughout the series. You guess it's going to fall into this one road, but they divert you back to somewhere far away. You laugh in every episode, and every character is flawed. I mean, they're either a loser or they're a hypocrite, but they're all good people. So, in a short, this story is basically top tier writing lah when it comes to characterization.
Yeah, but something happened to the anime kan, because macam they had to stop it and they have to continue again in the mid-November or something. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, not much. The official word is that they have production issues because of COVID and production costs. Yeah, actually they were rushing this. Netflix kan they. I can't remember. Dia tak habis lagi sebenarnya. Actually, they stopped. Yeah. They're supposed to continue around this time, but they still haven't.
I see.
What? Kenapa dia split in half?
Okay. You see on the left side with all the blue head girls and the elf girl. That was the time he was in the Isekai world, the other world. Yeah. And the one on the right, that's
the real people.
That's the nephew, the guy with the glasses, and the girl who is actually minat dengan dia punya nephew. So most of the time kan the story takes place on the right during in the real world, but he would actually recall apa the story kan, and then you can see the flashback to the dia punya previous Isekai world experience lah.
I see. So dia punya nephew semua ni, they were not players in the same world, was it? They bukan macam dia dah kenal. It's not the They are transferred. He is transferred to another world yang tak kena dengan game. Okay. Tak kena dengan game. I see.
So from real life masuk.
But for some reason kan bahasa dewa-dewa on the Isekai world, right? It's Chinese.
Yeah.
Chinese,
so
Mandarin.
Do they speak in Chinese? The dialogue?
No, they speak Elvish. But the gods who run the world there kan speaks in Chinese.
Wow,
they're trolling you, man.
Either that or they're trolling the fact that a lot of game makers are Chinese, macam Genshin semua kan.
Yeah, Genshin.
Kan they are Chinese makers. I think that they're trolling that as well. I just wonder lah. I'm just.
Dude, this is a Japanese anime they're probably shitting on the Chinese because the Chinese market has been penetrating into Japan. So it could be a parody.
Or parody, yes. Tapi nampak elf in both worlds.
Tak.
That's because there was one episode where he tried to con the girl yang minat dia punya nephew kan into thinking into doing something, and he had to transform himself into a girl. So he transform himself into the elven girl punya shape.
Oh, just one question. Masa dia kena isekai, did he become a woman or become a man? In the isekai world, uncle.
Oh, I forgot to tell you the funniest part. When he was transferred into the isekai world, he looks the same. But because of his features kan, he's not actually ugly, he's normal. But compared to the denizens of that world, he's the ugliest fucker ever breathe in the air now. They don't call him human, they call him an orc. And everywhere he goes kan, dia kena tangkap, bakar, kena seksa, kena
kesian
dia. He suffered lah sebenarnya.
Everyone attacks him, the monsters, the heroes, the adventurers, the villagers. Because he's damn ugly.
Okay, I'll watch it lah. I'll just have a try. I'll have a look at it.
If I will say pelik cerita kan, watch it because it's funny as fuck.
Because imagine normally the story of an isekai anime is that kau masuk dunia baru from your loser life world, you go there, you become hero. So dia kau jadi sampah. Daripada sampah dunia sampai isekai. Oh my god.
Tak cukup sampai isekai, binatang pun benci dia.
Yeah, and every episode he gets attacked by the people of that world. And most of the time kan dia ketangkap kan, people thought that they were going to get raped by him because he's an orc. The elves kan thought, a lot of times kan they thought he was going to rape her because of the evil look he has on his face. Padahal dia nampak biasa je.
Muka hentai.
He looks like that.
He looks like the ugly bastard as you would in an Arrow anime. Anyway, have you got anything else to say about the anime?
Yeah, watch it. I easily give it 5 out of 5.
Oh, nice one. Okay, I'll give
just a short fact check. The Symphogear tu each season ada 13 episode, not 20 something.
Okay, cool. Thank you for that. Anyway, I'll just give a short resume of my selection. Probably people have heard me talk about this briefly. I can only talk about this briefly now anyway, because saya mana ni? So at the moment saya baru saja menonton core pertama anime ni yang bertajuk Summertime Rendering. Dia disiarkan waktu spring season tahun ini. Oleh kerana SIRI ni berada di penjara Disney, because di mana saya duduk dia tak tunjuk lagi, tapi di sini dah pegang rights. Malaysia dah dapat. SIRI ni kalau di Jepun baru berakhir 2 hari lepas, tapi kalau tak salah saya dia delay by 2 weeks kot. So you can still watch it on Disney Plus. Kalau anda duduk di daerah di area Asia Tenggara lah. So anyways, saya pasal benda ni dah dalam Disney Jail, saya baru tengok sampai episod 15 and I watch the rest by binge watching it lah. So no spoilers in the chat please. So siri ni diadaptasi oleh OLM Studios yang pernah membuat komisan Nagatoro Season 2 dan dari manga nukilan Tanaka Yasuki yang diterbitkan oleh Shueisha di Shonen Jump Plus secara digital. So siri ni berkisah kejadian misteri di Hitogashima lebih-lebih lagi setelah kepulangan the main character Ajiro Shinpei untuk menghadiri majlis pengkebumian mendiang adik angkat beliau yang bernama Kofune Ushio yang mati lemas. Shinpei mula mengesyaki sesuatu setelah mendengar desas-desus yang adanya tanda-tanda di bahagian tengkuk Ushio setelah mayat mendiang diketemui. So bersama Kofune Mio, adik kepada Ushio, mereka cuba untuk menyelidiki kejadian mati lemas tu dengan lebih lanjut. Namun sesuatu insiden berlaku yang menyebabkan Shinpei kembali ke detik beliau tiba di Hitogashima sehari yang lepas. So di sini beliau didatangi seseorang yang menyerupai mendiang Ushio. So basically saya tak pernah tengok ReZero. So people who have watched ReZero, diorang kata it's kind of like a familiar premise lah. ReZero campur what's that other cute anime yang violent gila. Bukan Elfen Lied. I'm talking about it's a bunch of girls, dia duduk dekat, dia bunuh orang pakai parang. God, something when they cry. Andre, you could help me if you can remember the name of that. Anyway, manga nukilan Tanaka Yasuki ni telah tamat diterbitkan sebanyak 13 jilid dan ianya telah diterbitkan dalam bahasa Inggeris dalam bentuk omnibus sebanyak 6 jilid. Manakala anime ni baru saja berakhir, as I said, last Friday. 2 core panjangnya, about 25 episodes, dan siri ni diarah Watanabe Ayumu, pengarah After the Rain dan Konisan no Komuyoshi Dis. Dan dibintangi seiyu Hanae Natsuki, which was Tanjiro Kamado, again another hardworking male seiyu, as well. Dia berlakon sebagai Shinpei dan pelakon baru Nagase Anna sebagai Ushio. So just a trivia, the mangaka for My Hero Academia, which is Horikoshi Kohei, he used to be the assistant to this mangaka yang buat cerita Summertime Render ni. So anyway, so kita dah bukanlah menyimpang. This is part of our regular programming. Now we'll talk about anime in general since we are anime division. But then again, so mari kita kembali to our usual programming dan kita ke reaksi satu ayat for our final review of the season finale for season 4 OVERLORD. Pada pada penonton, ini kali terakhir lah you will see our ara-ara girl. Lepas ni kita dah we'll be moving on upwards and outwards. So anyway, so reaksi satu ayat saya, lies, deceit and geriatricide. Kalau kepada anybody wanting to know what geriatricide means, it means membunuh orang tua. So and I love the demented Disney princess scene that we will talk about later. But apakah reaksi satu ayat para panelists? So we'll start with Andri. What's your one word or one sentence?
One sentence. You cannot explain this in one word. Renner, Disney princess. That's it.
Demented Disney princess.
She stole the show.
Yeah,
she stole the show.
But mula-mula aku getik sikit, tapi after that, wait, there is a reason. But anyway, what does Shaz think about this episode?
Finally, Renner has achieved dia punya goals and dreams. Jadi wolf. Apa jadi wolf pula?
Dia je wolf macam
vampire.
Tahu tak? Dia jadi Akuma demon. Dalam dia punya wiki kata dia jadi imp, tapi dalam yalah whatever lah, she's not human anymore.
I mean,
an imp is a demon lah, minor demon.
It's a minor demon, tapi biasanya imp ni kita nampak macam kecil je. So I'm not sure why they choose to make that.
Because for me macam kalau masa kecil-kecil baca fairy tales, imp ni macam elf. You know, elf bukannya elf Lord of the Ring. I'm talking about elf yang kecil, yang telinga tak jayam, and then pakai kasut putih, and they jump. And then dia duduk dalam pokok, that kind of thing. So those are elves lah. Fairy kind of stories. So anyway, since I think we just get to the meat of the matter because of the fact that I think the point of the discussion will be more in the story in itself. So let's go to our next segment then. Yeah, segmen kita yang pertama. In fact, the story is done, I think, macam terkejut Doc jugalah lepas 2 episod yang hamba. And as much as I felt it did feel like they're rushing a lot, but I thought the pacing was not too bad. But there were too many points for me to divide it into 3. So I've just divided this into 4. But don't worry about it. I think we can just talk about what we can talk about lah. So okay, since you're on the page at the moment, Shaz, so Segmen pertama, kepangkuan Ayahanda, climb IKUZE. Okey, di dalam pada saat akhir sebelum kejatuhan Reaksi, apakah pandangan saudara tentang Ramposa the Third kelihatan wanting to do things right, with honor, dengan bersedia untuk menyerahkan segala khazanah diraja kepada Nazarik. Is this his last duty as a king? Is he just sekarang baru nak wised up after making wrong decisions? Apa pendapat saudara about him?
Aku rasa he's a very naive and ineffective king lah. Aku ingatkan he will have like a final stand ke apa ke, but dia macam here's my head. In fact, from several episodes ago pun he was willing to serahkan kepala dia tau. Dia macam like okay lah, aku dah kalah. Compare dengan anak dia, berani face head on the battlefield. This guy just like I lost a few years ago. Mentally he lost a few years ago, and honestly cara dia bertindak ni is a bit macam kalau kita tengok some animes, dia orang ada ketua kampung. Oh, please take my life and spare these kids who have wronged you. Usually the evil troop or whatever army is passing through, budak-budak akan buat kacau. Oh, please spare them, take my life instead. Masalahnya, this is a conquering army that has already destroyed half your nation. Sorry, not half your nation. Almost every part of the nation.
Except yourself.
He's not going to care. He's not going to care about your treasures and all that. He already knows what he wants.
And then have a look at his treasure. What made me feel sad at the same time as feeling sorry, macam what a pitiful person you are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, apa? Is that going to make them go, wow?
Tak, you imagine there has never been a scenario di mana conqueror becomes interested in your culture unless they want to assimilate the people.
Yalah.
I do not see any evidence of the King of Darkness wanting to absorb your nation into their kingdom. So what do you expect them to do with your book and culture? They're not going to care. They're not going to care. So dia ni macam, dia ingat yang nak datang serang tu macam orang biasa tau. Okay lah, this is our history, please take care. First thing first, kalau dia serang your country, even if it wasn't the King of Darkness, let's say like some random conqueror macam Genghis Khan, he's either going to take your people and make them his, or he's just going to burn your whole kingdom down. Like he did to kat mana?
Iraq.
Dekat Iraq tu. Iraq lama, Babylon. No.
The point you just made. Masa Genghis Khan serang Iraq, masa tu dah Khalifah. Okay, I don't want to be Palatau, Abbasiyah atau Muawiyah kan. Whatever it was, as you know, golden age of Islam kan. All the science, all the mathematics, all the medicine. According to my friend who's more learned, maybe I misunderstood him ke apa. Basically, the Mongol horde took all the books of knowledge, put it across the Tigris, made it bakar, jadi jambatan for the more of the army to cross to get to the Philippines.
Basically, dia disebabkan the Mongols sent messenger, and then the leader at that time killed the messenger and hantar balik. Hantar balik tu mengamuk Genghis kan, like aku punya messenger nak ajak kau berbincang pun kau pengal kepala. Lepas tu after that they completely destroyed the entire town, the entire population, the entire civilization. Itu yang buku-buku semua hancur, all dia punya historical records hancur, library semua hancur, men, women, children semua mati. That is literally the King of Darkness punya actions at that point of time. Before this guy punya inilah what has been happening dalam Overlord ni kan.
Itulah.
So do you expect him to nak bagi muka? Dia tak bagi muka pun kat siapa-siapa yang kau punya army dulu. Yes. That was the fact check, the Baghdad library. Memang masa tu it was the most famous library yang mengandungi all the learned academic books. So
senang macam ni je lah.
Set back human development by several hundred years kot.
Actually senang nak cakap macam ni lah. All the renaissance in the West so-called, it's all from the East. They've taken the knowledge, everything, and then kata dia orang punya.
Yep.
But yeah, that's a bit of politics lah and history. Andri, have you got anything else to add to this situation with Ramposa?
Yeah, the king, he became weaker and weaker until the end lah. He has become much more disappointing lah. It was sad to see him deteriorate. That he was on the downward spiral after Ghazih mati. His best subject, best supporter, best champion mati. No one else can fill his shoes. He gave up. Never tried to save his people realistically. Dia nak offer those trinkets to Ais kan. He can get those without even you give it to him tau. He can just
he can make them. He can fabricate them.
Yeah. It's like you nak apa what you call that? You want to get rid of the salt in the ocean. Apa, it's not possible. Apa, you're wasting your time. You're just wasting your time. And he wasted the end of his days. Apa, doing something stupid. He could have just run away and plotted his return another day. I'm pretty sure if he runs away, Einstein can chase. He wants to make an example. He's already doing it.
Itulah. Yeah. Anyway, I mean, I've just got, this is just like my little thought je lah. So basically, as you can see from the conversation, Ramposa wants his daughter safe as usual. Because biasalah, dia kan, but nobody knows yang anak dia tu psycho. And to maintain the Viceroy bloodline, even offered her to climb. And then, tapi one thing interesting lah, macam, well, not interesting, tapi macam it's obvious lah, kita dah tahu Renner ni jahat. So this idea of her, I want to hide the crown to show it to Irons. I mean, obviously, it's nothing. It's just such a lie, and that Ramposa III would never think his daughter is behind his kingdom the downfall, thinking the action may save a few more of his population. Because interestingly, adalah soalan daripada chat, kenapa item tu kena bawa lari. Tapi in general macam ni lah, macam kononnya nak kita sorok lah supaya musuh tak ada benda-benda ni. Tapi musuh peduli apa?
Soalan tu actually link kepada soalan later, but basically it's not to save the item. Is to give the item. Nothing to do with keeping the items out of the hands of Ainz, or even to delay the attack. No, bukan. It's because dia tak nak climb ada kat situ bila dia bunuh bapak dia.
Exactly.
That's all. That's the only reason.
Yeah, and we will get that to that when we get to that segment next. So basically, I'm gonna transfer it. Who did I speak to first? I speak to you kan tadi. So kita akan ke soalan yang seterusnya. Still in the same section. Let me just get rid of the question. So of this question. And so basically, Andri, so kedua Aura dan Mare tanpa belas kasihan menjalankan tugasan masing-masing dalam serangan Nazarik ke atas kota dirajari Asteza. So vesture cloth, as you can see at the top two panels. Vesture cloth, The Laufen dan sekutunya yang mempertahankan Magician's Guild ditumpas dengan mudah oleh Aura dan Pokemon-Pokemonnya. Namun begitu, Mare, the twin younger brother of the two traps, masih ada sifat kesihan.
One trap, another reverse trap.
Reverse trap, okay. Regardless, depending on what sex you are and what your interests are. So Maria masih ada sifat kasihan jika kita lihat pada monolog di awal episod dan peluang yang diberikan untuk climb melarikan diri. So pendapat anda tentang duality ni? What's going on in their heads? Well, in Maria's head more than climb than Aura lah. Because Aura is more sure of herself, yet Maria is a bit more like timid. Dia pasal tak dia macam kesian tapi bunuh, jom kita bunuh. Like, oh god, make up your mind. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay, the siblings, Mare is the younger brother, he is the more innocent of the two lah, but they are loyal to Nazarick punya cause. It doesn't matter if Mari ada sympathy towards the humans, tak nak bunuh mereka, he would kill them nonetheless for Ains when bagi tahu. So he would execute the order to the letter. Kata Ains kata, oh, I want you to shatter the earth, create the earthquake and cause everyone to die. He'll do it, but he'll do it in a way, right, to the letter tau. He'll do his best to kill all the people there, but if someone macam nak survive kan, he will not cause another earthquake in another area. He'll just macam, oh, so you do that effort macam tu kan, so maybe I'll just look away and it's not the same for Aura kan, actually kan, he doesn't care about he killed the old man macam apa, dia kentut tau, no effort.
Peduli tak ada.
You think the old man kan, Tok Guru Gaziev kan, is going to put up a challenge kan, no way bitch. Dia dengan dia punya Shinsen Gumi datang kan, pakai samurai kan, oh you think dia going to put up a good fight kan, they didn't even last 3 seconds tau, jadi makanan pada Pokemon dia. Pokemon yeah. I mean, itulah bezaan ketara antara just the Guardian kan, the Floor Guardian against all these human champions tau. So when when Brain suruh dia punya champion kan pergi lari dekat the Northern Continent kan, when he gets back kan, he jadi lauk for Nazarick lah. I don't know how they
guy, dia takkan balik dia baik kau duduk dengan budak-budak tu dekat wherever he went.
Yeah, I do the same.
Left for you.
Hey man, I'm not an elf. Oh, this human politics is nothing to do with me. I'll do it.
Yep.
I'll become an imp there. Tak kisah juga lah.
Shaz, you got anything else to add about this duality in Dark Elves?
Are we going to talk about why Klein tak mati kat sini later on? Aku tak ingat.
We're going to talk about it later.
Okay.
Because
so basically
there'll be a segment then.
Basically, diorang ni this is another classic example of why the humans are so outclassed. Sebab jangan kata Aura dengan Mari, the fact that diorang punya summoned creatures pun is more than enough to just take out the best that the kingdom has to offer.
Betul.
And aku rasa
Dino last week.
Aku rasa the Cikgu Gazem ni kan, this old man kan, he's not even using any magical equipment kot.
Entah dia macam Brain juga. Okay, kita nak mati anyway, jomlah kita perang sikit. Piak, mampu kepala dia, hilang. Dia
is a human bravado which is not backed by kau tak berpijak di bumi nyata tau. That is the problem with these guys, because they have been fighting enemies who are of a certain level. So dia tak pernah jumpa lagi Nazarick punya forces which is like maybe level this high over level. So because they can beat all these enemies, so dia rasa dia hebat lah. Dan lah tengok oh, dia jentik potong kepala macam tu.
Apart from rasa dia orang hebat, kau rasa ada tak any element, ini just a stalking aja lah, of aku nak mempertahankan realistis. Aku tahu aku lemah, aku nak tahan juga. Tapi tu walaupun dalam 3 saat kau akan mati. Do you think there's any element of that in this people at all? Or is
definitely. Dia orang punya, kita tak boleh question dia orang punya patriotism. The fact that they still kat situ, you know, they are we here to defend this one. Goes to show that they, walaupun kita mati, we are willing to trade our life, you know, to stop these people. But aku tak ingat manga ke anime mana, dia orang cakap kau bagi 1000 kali nyawa kau ke apa ke, cannot even cause me to get injured at all, because your power level is so low. Macam buang masa je. The simplest example is macam Ains, dia ada was it equipment ke ability, immunity to certain weapons, basic weapon.
Yeah.
So dia macam dia tidur pun kau cucuk dia dengan spear sejuta kali pun tak mati. And then as he got higher and higher in level, magic weapons pun dah ada certain minimum requirement to cut through dia punya armor class dengan dia magical defenses. That's why dia tengok macam dia tengok dulu pedang Gazef tu. Okay, this one can actually injure me. So dia bagi balik. But because it is not wielded by somebody who is of a high enough skill level, dia mati macam tu je lah. I'm pretty sure kalau dia bagi kepada that sword, dia bagi kepada dia punya siapa who was the guy who made Okitus? Setachi.
Oh yang you kata Takamichi tu, istilah long name lah. I know lah which one lah.
Yes. Dia the main tank fighter, kau bagi pedang tu kat dia, rasanya lari, Ains berlari. He will like employ like, you know, teleportation and everything to make sure he can run away from close combat range, sebab that sword can actually kill him. And of course Takamichi will have all kinds of other equipment lah that help defend against magic pula. Yup. So itulah, aku rasa patriotism very high, but sama macam Brain, sama macam Gazef, they have not fought against a level of enemy so high that dia tak tahu opponent tu, that the enemy is that strong.
I think also in my opinion,
macam kita first time suruh masuk F1, ingat kita hebat. Aku boleh race ni F1 ni. Kau dah hebat dah, kau dah race dengan member-member kau dekat go-kart tu. Aku boleh ni. Sebelah kau Schumacher, belakang kau Hamilton, kau tak kenal pun dia orang. Right man, ambil champion main go-kart, boom, kau last. Kau kena lap 10 kali, kau tak tahu pun. Because you do not have the ability to sense how good the enemy is. Kan?
But as you say lah, I mean, at the end of the day, because of your patriotism, then you die lah. Because okay, looks like I've been outclassed, but there you go. I mean, because at the end of the day pun macam, if you are patriotic, you probably not entering running away is not going to enter the equation, I guess.
Macam ni tau. Sekejap aku nak tambah sikit ya. It is an enemy trope that you can see the enemy punya aura. Ada aura kan. So some people seem to assume benda ni macam it's an enemy trope. But if you actually become good enough in a certain game, macam contoh aku dulu main Para-Para Paradise, it is to the point where aku tengok Mamat tu datang kan, macam like Mamat ni kuat ni, and then sure enough he scores very high in the points. But if you've never seen it happen, aku diri sebelah aku tengok orang main tu, the people just look at me like, siapa uncle ni tengok kita main ni kan. So bila aku main, dia macam like, wih, uncle ni power weh. So if it is an enemy trope, but if you become good enough at something, sports ke apa ke, you will somehow be able to sense dia ni hebat in that field. Macam kita kalau kita lawan Federer tak rasa pun dia hebat. Roger Federer kalau main tenis kan, kita tak rasa because we don't even know what is required to be good.
Kita kalah ini.
Dia so gila-gila straight on the line kita macam like, okay bro, kita dah kalah kan. Kita tak rasa pun there was a high level of skill. But if you are in the field, how did he always serve selalu dekat line tu, line macam ni, dia serve betul-betul kat situ. Macam like mind blown. So these are people who have not reached that level. So mati macam tu, mati kata.
So remind me of a certain war in the planet at the moment, but we'll leave it at that. Anyway, so basically I'm just going to do a quick rundown on I don't know. Anyway, basically so that bangunan yang Aura tiba dengan Pokemon dia is the Magician's Guild. Setiap bandaraya besar negara dunia ni ada Magician's Guild. Seperti Adventurers Guild, which is the guild untuk pengembara, Magician's Guild adalah satu tempat di mana pengembara yang dalam job magic casters berkumpul for research and what not. So macam kalau kita ingat episod yang dekat Nauru yang ada yang tepi laut yang masa dia orang kena serang by the bunch of zombies and just two of Ainz's creation. So they had a lot of magic casters. So magic casters yang ramai-ramai tu would come from a magician guild from around the land lah. So basically okay, ini I need some not fact checking, but whether or not you guys can remember or not, because I've done the fact check but I just can't remember whether this thing happened or not. Okay, it goes back to masa Demiurgus pretended to be the demon lord Jaldabaoth in season 2. Dia serang Reaksi dalam operasi Gehenna yang dia bubuh that big wall of fire and summon demons and whatnot. So basically at that time a magic item was left behind and was kept by the Reaksi people in this magician guild. I tak ingat whether or not did Demiurgus and Ainz buat tinggal kat situ supaya ada pretext untuk the future for them to when they attack it they can just go.
Yes.
Aku tak ingat. So that diorang memang sengaja tinggalkan lah benda tu
Yes. The item is the summon demon item actually.
Yes, Armageddon Evil.
Armageddon Evil. And then I kasih damage kan as a reward kan. This is actually the first item apa your creator and given to me. I will give it to you. Then he was apa macam gembira lah because item, whole item apa quality. He purposely left it there. He purposely left it there so that they can actually it's a long-term plan actually. If they do manage to use the thing and the demon will come out and they can actually start the plan. Also, where do you think they keep the item with the other items inside the vault? So they can actually have a known location purpose. So it's a long-term planning.
Dia macam beacon lah.
So dalam cerita ni pun banyak long-term planning. Watch later.
Video dia
aware masa
you're breaking up.
Yep.
Hello?
Yeah.
Now okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Boleh dengar?
Now okay.
Okay. Okay, cool. So basically, when Ainz Ulgod had the 41 members, they were aware of a world item that could summon the demons. So Ulber, the creator of Demiurgus, tried to fabricate this world item, hence the formation of this half-ass Armageddon Evil. So it's a prototype. It semi-works, but it's not a real world item. But it's a
both version is a flawed item actually. Dia kata Ainz katakan there's actually another better equipment in the vault. This is just the prototype, and the one he gives to Jaldabaoth is a prototype. Another one yang is like an imitation of that prototype. It just looks prettier. That's about it lah.
Okay, kita ada a few comment and questions from the chat. First one is from Category the Great. Sorry, over the months I've been calling you Catherine the Great. I'm so sorry. Category the Great. You know who Catherine the Great is, right? Russian punya one of the queens, right? Anyway, don't have any political counter. I'm not too sure what your comment is on it. Kalau
dia tengah reply something ke?
I was trying to. This came out masa kita cakap pasal mengapa the likes of people like this become patriotic. Mungkin pasal ni kot. Mengapa orang patriotic yang sanggup jaga tapi because dia tak ada political counter dia mati katak je kot. Mungkinlah itu what dia dimaksudkan. Muhammad Yasri ada komen boleh dia kata patutnya brain jumpa aura je. Tapi waktu dulu komputer jumpa dia boleh pendekkan masa brain tambah scene of well it's all in the past. Mungkin aktif saya berteori ending Overlord S4 mengatakan and the end begin maksud Overlord season 5 akan menjadi season Okay, the final season. Yeah, that itu pun dah bukan teori pun, because dah Kugane, Maruyama Kugane dah mengatakan intention dia nak habiskan the whole thing by volume 18. Sekarang volume 14 is the last one dalam anime. Volume 15 dan 16 dah keluar, boleh beli dekat Jepun, tapi in Japanese lah. Mungkin ada translation by fans out there on the net, but we have to wait for 7.
Line dia putus balik.
Hello?
Be able to.
Ada orang tengah streaming ke kat sana, Kudo?
Hello, Kudo.
Tak ada bunyi Hello?
You
hello?
are yeah. You
Video call pun breaking up.
I've switched a lot of things off actually. I've switched a lot of things off.
Banyak orang tengah download benda ke kat rumah kau?
Aku tak sure. Kemungkinan. How is it now? Is it better now?
Yeah,
Better, more stable.
Yeah, more stable.
Okay, more stable. Okay, just a quick one. I'll try not to go on too much. So bila dia nak habiskan volume 18, kita pun terfikir macam banyak benda tak terjawab lagi. Maruyama Kugane pernah cakap dalam interview, dia kata dia nak leave it open-ended. I'm like, okay, we'll see lah what happens. And season 5 won't be out lah for the next 4 years, quote, at this rate.
Anyway, the reason why aku just nak theorize lah, kenapa dia nak leave it open-ended, is because dia punya faction is too great. Nazari is going to be too great, too strong for him to finish the story, because there will be so many things that Ainz can do. So there is easily another 60 light novels that he can do kalau nak ikut dia punya ni lah. Sebab kalau katakan it's very simple fact, kalau dia just satu kontinen je, then he take over, kontinen lain tak tahu lagi, magic system lain kita tak tahu lagi.
Tapi just one thing I nak sebut, because buku belum bertemu dengan ruas lagi, because the fact that we've got the Platinum Dragon up north, then we've got the Slain Theocracy down south, which are not enemy yang calang-calang. And just one thing to add, not just open-ended, he actually used the word fan fiction. I wouldn't mind people do fan fiction, aku macam whatever lah dude. Tapi after 14, 16, 17 episode light novels, well, tu cerita dia kan. Just a quick one just to end this.
I have an opinion on this actually.
Okay. Go ahead.
Apa nama that person? Mugen the Great actually. Mugen apa? The Drive.
Mugen
yang
ya apa boleh. Mugen Active.
Mugen Active. Okay. I don't think it will end at season 5. I think it probably ends at season 6. And if it ends at season 6, it will just be the end of the Nazarick punya arc tau. Maybe Overlord 2, dia punya legal punya name kan, will come out, and instead of Ainz as the main character, maybe another player punya character akan emerge, and he would be the one in charge to actually take down Nazarick. It's just more money for the creators, for the show lah, basically. It's like the anti-Boruto punya formula. Instead of continuing Naruto punya story,
itulah, mungkin dia akan buat Overlord punya light novel pun end kat situ, then dia akan write from a different perspective lah.
Yeah, from another person. It's not a champion of light. That is what they do with the what you call Gundam, right? Xeon Path and then another one path, whatever it is lah. It's just good writing, if it's good writing lah. If not, it's just a ploy to get money and make this franchise for all it's worth lah.
Itulah, but at the moment, this is all us, making opinions from what we have seen in the past lah with other franchises. So we'll just have to see lah what will happen.
Yeah, I'm trying to see this as a commercial effort now, commercial in the ad level. How can I milk this? How can I Disney this into profit as much as possible now?
For all we know, lepas ni the anime studio yang akan take over, dia continue the anime production and characters, tapi light novel dia done. Tapi kau bayarlah kat aku royalty gunakan karakter aku. Itu je.
Yeah, because you know what's happening now? We're having new episodes of Berserk.
Baru
not just Berserk manga. And the creator died.
Itu. Yeah, tapi but before kita not complain creator died because of that, but well, the person who's continuing it is good friends and with the late Miura, and Miura told him everything.
Exactly. So, because but why? Okay, he wants to continue because dia punya legacy. The studios do it because of money. So you have to see it that way.
Yeah, but okay lah, duit akan datang. Tapi at the same time, I mean, depends lah. I don't read Berserk. Some people say, biarlah. Hey, dude, I've got one lifetime. Okay, I got other stuff to read. Anyway, and then there are also some fans who might go, okay, since you know what Miura told us, could you tell us?
Yes,
so
go ahead. Yeah.
You go ahead. So macam kalau if you feel strongly, no, I don't want to watch anymore, read anymore, jangan baca lah. Habis itu, biar orang lain baca.
Yeah.
So just a quick one about that. I promised last episode that I'm gonna quickly run down about these two traps, the reverse trap. So basically, the one on the paling kiri is Aura Bella Flora, and the brother is Mare Bello Fiore. So the name's Italian. Bella is female for pretty, Bello is handsome. So despite the appearance pakai skirt tu jantan, yang pakai suit tu perempuan, dia punya disposition pun berbeza. The elder sister is very cheerful, but she's a bit of a tomboy, and tugas dia, she's a beast tamer and ranger, so she controls magic animals, hence that's why she has a Pokemon team. Then compared to her younger brother, who's a bit more pemalu, he lacks confidence, as you can see obviously from the way that he talks. Hobi dia kuat tidur dan membaca dan mengumpul spesies tumbuhan. So basically, seiyu untuk Aura is Kato Emery. She's Becky Black Bell from My Hero Academia, which, as you all know, the first episode landed yesterday. Then she's also Saikawa Riko from Maid Dragon. Who's
Becky Black Bell? Becky Black Bell is Spy Family.
Yeah, Becky Black Bell is Spy Family, and then Saikawa Riko is Maid Dragon. The same seiyu. Okay. And then for Mare, the seiyu is Uchiyama Yumi. The only thing I can find from her that she's the main character in Mushiko Tensei. She's Rudius Grey Rat. So anyway, so let's what?
That's high profile.
Yeah, I'm sure the first beats of the please Mapa buat sampai habis. Buat apa sampai habis? Cerita ni Madhouse tau. Betul, jangan bagi Mapa buat. Mama Yasir, okay. I'm not sure Mama Yasir what you're on about, but this is a Madhouse endeavor, so I don't think Mapa got anything to do with it. So anyway, so kita dah we've seen a few bits from the chat, and time for us to go to the next bit lah.
Ada.
Okay, soalan yang seterusnya, soalan kedua. Soalan kedua, segmen kedua. Kalau berani kasih lawan lah, one by one tu obviously it's a grammatical error on purpose. Siapa tengok Piramli akan faham dari mana saya ambil ni. So soalan dia pendek je. Soalan ni sangat pendek kepada Syaz. Siapa pembunuh Raja Ramposa? It's obvious, but the way that they've done it in the anime, probably for siapa yang tak baca and probably a bit naive might go, siapa lah bunuh? Go ahead.
This one is obviously Renner lah. Because dia punya apa ni?
There's more people.
Dia nak kata macam ni. Renner needs to needs to bring the king over to the throne room, because that is where Ainz will be, and it is a symbolic punya gesture that you kill the king on the throne room. Ni Renner pun dah duk tunggu semua tu. Timing dia mati tu pula memang cantik lah. Lepas tu dia berlakon kat situ, biar dia apa, aku tangan berdarah, what am I going to do and all that. when you cannot get the blood on the hands like that if you are not the murderer. Tahu tak? Sebab kalau tidak dia akan percikkan kau. Kenapa kau nak rendam tangan kau dalam darah semua tu, lepas tu I don't think it's going to happen. Lepas tu kau tengok tak, mata dia tak menangis pun. Chase. Tak ada menangis langsung.
Crocodile tears. Crocodile tears.
Don't even have Among Us.
Tears.
Among Us. Itu trend terbaru Among Us lukis kat mata, lepas tu lepas kasut dua kan. Ini menangis.
Buah kasut.
My God. But aku tak faham tu. Why did she have to bring climb ke situ to be killed by this one? Mungkin aku rasa mungkin lah Renner nak bagi one final last heroic memory kepada Climb as the Climb kan the protagonist of his own story. Or in this case Renner view her
Renner story. Renner story.
Renner punya story, dia lah protagonist, dia lah hero aku. So at least before I convert myself to jadi your follower, and by extension Renner yang ngikut aku menjadi follower kau juga, I want to see him one last time fighting against the strongest enemy that he can fight. Because Renner ni kan terbantul. Dia tak dapat enough adventuring time, dia tak dapat enough training time. Lala dah jadi pak turut kepada princess ni. So let me see him in his glory lah, one last time before we both turn to the dark side.
Have you got anything to add, Andri?
Okay.
To this very short question.
Renner memang is obviously the guy who killed the king Rembosa lah. But ada sebab dia. If you see the scene after dia cakap dengan Albedo kan, she thanked Albedo for giving her the opportunity to serve Nazarick and for passing that poison. That poison kan dia guna untuk bunuh the children at the orphanage and the nuns there.
That was the one
Yeah, episode 12, the first scene, dia kasih makan the beef stew. And then she asked the nurse kan, please have some yourself. I know you haven't been eating because of children. I made extra this time. Reason is for the seed. This is what I read from the light novel readers lah yang post kan. Dia kata for the seed of the fallen to activate properly, right, you must have negative karma sebanyak mungkin tau. You kill orphans, you kill nuns, you plotted the demise of your kingdom. 90% of the things that shit that has fallen right now is from you. Plus, you kill your father with your own hands.
Cause the downfall of the kingdom.
And of course, lying to the love of your life. So her so if we did 40% untuk jadi demon, right, she gets like 150%.
Tapi aku rasa
acing the system.
That makes sense. The conversion to change her into a demon probably required macam dia kata a lot of negative karma lah. But I think
and she has already probably kan taken the seed of the fallen kan before the fall of the kingdom. Do you remember kan sebelum Climb masuk the throne room kan, one of the Yuki owner punya creatures kan kata kan, you have the honor of entering the throne room as the last human in this palace tau. Meaning that Renner at time kan is in the process of becoming an imp, or he's becoming an imp, which is why kan when she took out the sword kan tiba-tiba macam ada power tau, that's beyond human. So this story kan Overlord, they give us a lot of small hints and we can connect it to the previous episodes, even the previous season. So kalau if this fans tak notice ni apa and discuss it with me and I read it online, I takkan sedar. So I appreciate these small details on random illustration.
That explains kenapa dia test pedang. Because she was going to use it to kill the father.
Tengok, everything makes sense. Apa?
Tapi aku rasa dia miss satu opportunity je lah, that Renner tak cucuk Climb from the back. That would be the
you have to understand.
Ultimate bad karma.
she wants to convert Climb into her servant for the rest of their life. She's now a demon. She has like ability to, climb on Climb.
Sasuga Renner sama
Oh yeah.
Dan Sasuga
time tu pun dia climb on Climb
itulah timing there's a break Sasuga.
I'm not sure if Climb you feel guilty at every time that happens. Tapi dia ni best. Tapi dia jahat.
And if you remember kan, masa Climb dah mula awake from the resurrection kan, Renner tak berhenti tipu. Dia kata, I was forced to become a demon so that eyes would resurrect you. So Climb kan feels guilty and wants to protect Renner ikut kehendak raja. So he's being played
from day one.
True lah.
We'll talk about that later because we've got that section in a bit. But we've got the next question, which is who answered the first question just now? It was Shaz kan?
Shaz.
So okay. So this one again another obvious question, but I think that there's a reason why I'm asking this. Apakah pandangan anda dengan strategi ataupun motif jika ada Ainz berlawan dengan Climb the way that he did setelah mendapati Rapunzel? Obviously Climb masa tu marah lah, nampak King dia dah mati, whatever. Tapi what do you think he was doing with him? Is he playing with him, or is he just like genuinely wanting to see whether this guy is good or not? Because as you say, this guy has no use kan di mata Ainz. So he's only keeping him alive because Renner wanted that to be as a quid pro quo for helping Nazari out. So anyway, go ahead and say what you think. Why did is Ainz putting on a show nak lawan-lawan dia macam the way that he did?
Oh, you asking me or Shaz? Me?
You're on the main screen at the moment. Yeah.
Okay. I think it's just for dramatics lah. Climb was not planned in Ainz punya plan grand scheme at all. He was just there because Renner was there, and even Ainz kan at the time kan, he wasn't expecting to do some work there, but he do anyway kan, just for the sake of the game, the character punya play tau. He's just playing out the big bad last boss punya scenario. He's just toying with Climb. He's not in threat at all the time. So I don't think it's part of any plan. He just knows that Renner likes this guy, and he's going to play the part yang Renner wanted. He wanted to show Renner that Climb would be hers, dead or alive.
Why did you think he used the grass part at the end as opposed to chopping his head off?
If you ask me, it's because I'm guessing he wants to retain the physical form lah. It'd be easier to resurrect him if he's not in 2,000 pieces lah.
Because aku fikir macam buat pandai. Anyway, yes.
To maintain the life. Because Renner is the helpless princess at that point of time. So Climb needs to fulfill his destiny as the hero. Kalau dia tak fulfill the hero, and the fact that dia gagal protect Renner, lepas tu Renner dah jadi imp against her will, dia takkan stay lah. He might kill himself. So to achieve dia punya redemption arc, dia akan make sure he stay alive and Renner stay alive, because in the end mesti ada cara nak selamatkan Renner jadi dia balik human kan. So itu lah. It's a complete bukan NTR, what's the term for this? Dia terus mentally kena lockdown lah.
Skill pada guna Climb pernah buat pergi campak pedang kelas. Ini paraphrasing Andri, lain kali Climb pakai tangga. Okay. Anyway, so we've got those comments from chat, so we'll get on to the next.
Ada.
Okay, soalan segmen kita ketiga. Okay, now I think our favourite bit of the episode lah. So since you're on the screen, Syaz, apakah kupasan personality dan atau motif Puteri Renner yang anda boleh berikan setelah melihat beliau dijadikan imp, demon, Akuma or whatever you want to call her Basically, I just give us a summary lah of what the hell this. She's a bad person lah, put it that way lah. Anyway, go ahead.
Actually aku tergelak tu masa dia start nyanyi. Aku apa benda tiba-tiba menyanyi ni.
But it was done nicely for animation dia. I was like, oi, it was done nicely. Anyway, go ahead.
Like, am I going to be with Climb tonight or another day? Or is it too soon? Oh my god. Aku rasa this is semua salah bapak dia and mak dia masa dulu. Sebab pay attention kepada anak pertama sulung yang tak guna. Lepas tu anak kedua yang jadi gemuk pun tak guna. Only towards the end dia jadi hero, tak tahu kenapa. And then and she's always the, kau nak perempuan, kau tak payah semua, kau jadi princess je. And then kebetulan she also got some of the bad personality. So I guess in the end when she started realizing what was going on, and dengan dia punya personality yang ini sadistic kan, and then dia nak control, so she realized she can gain eternal life lah. Eternal life with this faction. So macam like, okay lah, let me find a way to find eternal life lah. She doesn't care about her position as the princess. She wants personal power. Dia ni orang yang mengkilakan kuasa sebenarnya. Tapi
itulah, at such a young age, man, gila lah. Mana dia dapat entah perangai ni.
Dia macam ni tau, age is not the determinant. Kalau kita tengok dekat in real world punya situation, dekat US pun ada murderer at umur 6-7 tahun. Like betul-betul bunuh tau, bukannya terbaling batu, tertrip baling batu kena budak kepala, tak ada. Repeatedly bashing kepala budak.
Itu tak tahu. Okay, fine. Tapi ini this okay, let's say she's 14 years old, whatever lah, budak form 2, budak form 1, tapi she's very mengalahkan Machiavelli dia punya planning.
Okay. Aku boleh terima dia punya high ambition sebab dia born from royal blood, and then dia yelah, I think mungkin the whole family there is some fucked up punya personality punya syndrome. Cuma aku very amazed that she was able to plot so many things and to assist in doing a lot of things tau. Dia siap, bayangkan a lot of episode dulu dia cakap jangan bunuh Mamat ni. Itu yang Mari nampak dia cakap like, Mamat ni, ini yang kita tak boleh bunuh kan. Itu Mari cakap rebus ya, Climb macam like dia belah. So the fact that she can think so many layers ahead, and here's the best part, dia secara tak langsung manipulate Nazari punya faction, betul. Sebab dia nak join punya ni, she managed to manipulate so many people sampai Ainz pun boleh lawan to fulfill her desire. So kau bayangkan dia punya level of ambition and hopes of control is so high. Now mungkin kita boleh counter the fact that the Nazari infection cakap itu macam nak ketuk kita, tak apalah, kita ikut cakap dia, bagi dia fikir kita ikut cakap dia. Walhal because we know she's trying to control us, we are in control of her.
Because what your point is brings on to my next question actually, and the next question, I mean both of you can still chip in, but it nicely segues into this question. So the segment of the demented Disney princess that we saw with the song and all, menampakkan seawal mana things have begun to fall into place from that flashback, which I'll show it in a little overlay after this. Sebelum jatuhan Reaksi dengan bantuan Renner. Now, Syaz mentioned something just now. Adakah kemungkinan Renner tak berhenti di situ saja? I know that this is far-fetched because she's only an imp. She's only a 14-year-old imp or whatever. Would it be Nazarick from within? Could that be next, theoretically?
Okay. Renner is an evil psychopath. This is much confirmed. But she's also a very intelligent evil psychopath. Dia bunuh children, bunuh bapak sendiri, bunuh rakyat sendiri. Tak ada issue. No remorse. Because she knows what she wants and she's honest about it. Okay, she may not be telling the truth, but she's honest when she makes deals and when she plots. So she knows what Nazarick is about. Nazarick is a higher power in that kingdom, and she has no understanding of the dark arts of the king of Nazarick. So she's reliant on Nazarick tau. On what she wants. What she wants is actually to live eternity happily, being fucked and climb. And what if Nazarick sing or sail kan is a secondary thing tau. But if it's required for Nazarick to be at the top, she would serve Nazarick because it will serve her purpose tau. So I don't think dia akan berpaling tadah dengan Nazarick. It's too dumb and risky for her. It's something that she would probably not expose herself to that risk to have everything taken away. Just imagine kan if she paling tadah dengan Nazarick plots and fails kan. Death would be one thing. They probably wouldn't do something to climb that will be much more worse for her. I don't think she'll kacau the status quo with Nazarick lah. At least that's what I think lah.
Shaz, have you got any other thoughts on whether or not what this woman can do next or girl can do next?
Ada. What Amri says memang make a lot of sense. And kita jangan lupa when Abida said, "Are you ready to serve Nazarick for 1,000 years?" She said, "Yes."
For eternity or whatever.
Lain, ada macam sedih, tak ada apa. Because that means 1,000 years with climb. So like. So the thing is, aku rasa climb is no longer human tau.
Aku baru nak cakap pasal dia kata papi kan. Kau ingat cerita Kau ingat cerita Mars Attack tak? Mars Attack.
Yeah.
Because kepala climb tak nampak badan. Aku bayangkan badan dia anjing macam dia human.
Aku risau benda tu.
Because dia kan nak sangat papi kan. Aku takut. Tapi kalau dia jadi macam tu, I don't want to know how you guys
tak. Dia macam ni. Aku rasa Climb punya role in the anime as a fighter, kalau dia dah tukar lah kan. You're right lah. Kalau he's no longer a human fighter, then he's just to serve her only lah. Sebab scary juga tau. Nak imagine kan the fact that dia tak tunjuk. Aku ingatkan dia ni dah tinggal kepala je ke, but then when you mention that mungkin it's the kepala of a human or something else, oh my god.
She like puppies.
It actually fits Overlord tau. And it could also mean that it could also be why Climb dia dah boleh rasa kenapa aku tak ada tangan ni. Kenapa aku macam ada 4 kaki kan. Mambi lah. Kata dia ni badan kuda dah kot.
Jadi Renner.
Jadi kuda. So Renner always climb all day long.
Shaz, exactly what this guy written down. Play with climb all day. Anyway, great, as we say, great minds think alike. So just a quick rundown lah on our crazy Disney princess. She's got a fancy name as all her siblings. Sorry aku punya iPad mampus. Nama dia Renner saya Chardellon, real face self. So anak ketiga Ramposa the third, Yandere, as we know. So I mean kalau kau nak nyanyi lagu pasal dia, aku pun ada lagu dia. Dia lajur jana depa rosak bangsa, dia musuh rakyat dan musuh negara. So anyway, nothing else to say. If you've obviously watched her throughout all the 3 seasons, from season 2 onwards, there's nothing else to add lah. We know that she's one sick MF. Her seiyuu is Yasuno Kyuno. She's a Hado Hejire from My Hero Academia, the top 3 heroes in UA, yang perempuan, the Cox Group. And she's also the voice of my girlfriend, Kato Megumi from Saikano, the most boring girlfriend who's actually quite clever. So just a quick rundown on kepada siapa yang dah tengok yang mungkin macam nak figure out what's what. I mean, this is probably obvious to a lot of you, but just a quick rundown. So basically, on the first panel, we have Demiurgus. I think that's probably about season 1, because from the information from Sebastian's travels, he's found out something about Reaksi, and as long as it's within Nazarick punya aim of what they're trying to achieve in this world, go ahead. And then kau nampak they fly as a demon towards Reaksi. And then you got Renner and Climb. Obviously, kita nampak Renner just came back from the window. God knows whether she was contacting Nazarick via her secret agents or whatever. Just to build on the fact that she's been doing this for Climb all this while. And then we have Renner discussing with Zanak and Raven. So as much as kita nampak Zanak macam became a better person at the end, but part ni he's conniving juga. Dia kata, oh, we got enough evidence to point towards my elder brother as being a dickhead because he's in cahoots with the 8 fingers.
Hold on. Let me just tell you something. How bad King Rambosa is. They have all this evidence on the Crown Prince, but the king never do anything.
Anak sulung, bye. Anak sulung.
Yeah, anak sulung. There you go.
Then the next bit we got Demiurgus giving a briefing to his Pleiades as well as Sheltier. Gila, dia single out Sheltier. Remember, jangan bunuh. Dia kata, asal don't have to tell me. Yelah, dulu masa sebelum kau mati in season 1, kau gila babi nak bunuh semua orang kan. So at that time they were trying to give the briefing to the rest of the Pleiades. This one don't kill. But at that time, I think lah, because aku ni lambat pick up this kind of stuff. So I got a feeling the Shadow Demon has been the agent all the while lah, to tell information from Nazarick to Renner and vice versa. And then the last bit is obviously the Mass Sheltier and Brandon Glaus, just to seal the deal with regards to, you know, Renner will help Nazarick provided you don't kill Climb. So it's all about that tangga lah. The downfall of a bloody kingdom because of this. Because
apparently Climb is the treasure of the kingdom according to Renner lah.
So itulah, as I said in my little overlay tu, just to paraphrase Marvel, it was Renner all along, but we know that lah. Anyway, onwards to the last bit of so that's a teaser of what we're going to see next time instead of Ara-Ara. Segmen keempat dan terakhir, epilogue. So, are you happy now, Ains? Ima, Syawaseka. So, basically soalan ni, I just got one question, both of you can answer lah. So, golongan bangsawan Reaksi yang tinggal berapa kerat tu berjaya ditundukkan, kesemuanya tunduk patuh kepada pemerintah baru mereka. Namun pada pandangan anda, ke manakah arah yang mungkin atau patut dituju Ains dan Nazarick selepas ini? Anyone who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
I think in the following story, Nazarick is going to be more open about dia punya ambitions lah. They would venture out and do less plotting lah. Basically, they have shown to the world kan that they mean business. When they say they will destroy the kingdom kan, it was not a metaphor. They really destroyed the kingdom. No town, city was spared except for the ones that they cooperated with them lah. So if they wanted to say, okay, I wanted to force the other nations kan, to see if they have players and NPCs like I wanted, suspected lah. So they'll just go travel there kan and just demand things now, and people would think twice about saying no. So we're going to see a more aggressive Nazarick as the story of Overlord progress lah. That's what I think is going to happen. Whether it will be completed in a nice, tidy way is still up in the air. But I think the time of Nazarick plotting behind the scenes kan is over. Now there's no point having Monga kan.
Yeah.
There's no point.
Momon. Shaz, anything to add?
Okay, two things. First kali aku sedih tengok dia orang ni.
Aku pun.
Sedih bukan sedih kesian, sedih menyampah. Because for all
aku kesian anyway.
For all dia punya plotting kan, kita nak show ni, lain kata aku bagi ke orang sometime, tapi when this time I come to collect, you all must pay. Basically their fate is sealed tau. They just bought a few years maybe, or a few decades or whatever, but sooner or later your country is your estate, your family and whatever is gone. Dia cuma bagi masa je. Because you are you brought the head of the ni. So okay lah, aku bagilah sementara. How long that sementara is depending on his mood lah. For now dia tengah happy kan. For now dia tengah happy, so okay lah, give you tengoklah berapa tahun ke apa ke. When it's time aku akan collect. Dia akan destroy balik all dia orang punya estates and whatnot. Itu satu. Kedua, this ties in to aku punya long term prediction lah of the ending of the Overlord punya series, because dia akan end up becoming more and more overt, open in dia punya attacks on other nations. So dia akan sooner or later akan bertemu dengan a faction which is considered the strongest in the land, which is the 13 heroes lah. Maybe kita akan nampak the dragon tu, the leader of the 13 heroes.
Yes.
Dia semua akan reunite. So you imagine the strongest heroes from your continent gagal to stop them. So everybody will kneel before Ainz lah after that. Because lepas ni dia orang akan start mungkin pergi tak tahu lah nation mana and whatnot kan. So as a lot more people realize these guys mean business, they will pull all of their resources, magic items, spells, world relics and everything to try to stop him. Lepas tu gagal. Bila gagal, the whole world is open for their taking lah. And that is why the writer will end it there. And thus began the beginning of Ainz punya worldwide conquest. For there was no longer anyone to stop them anywhere in the world. That's it. Habis. So it's open-ended. You nak buat fanfiction, buat lah apa tu.
Yeah, because in a way pun, kalau everybody as we've got 4 seasons and Ainz been getting his way without getting much of a scratch. So I don't know whether it makes sense to just watch another 4 seasons of the same thing. But go. Oh, sorry. Because, go ahead, Andre.
Okay. About the nobles yang survive ni kan, Raven and gang, right? They're not in a bad position actually tau. They are actually the nobles kan who survive tau. Just imagine kan, all the refugees kan yang selamat kan, they would flock to dia punya land, dia punya Raven punya territory, and those territory yang other lords yang mati kan, dia boleh just pick it up. For all you know kan, tanah dia kan, he would bertambah 2, 3, 4 kali, 5 kali ganda. But it's still self-to-serve Nazaric, which is basically what they agreed upon in the first place before the whole end war started. So it's not actually a bad position for them. They're not in a powerful situation, but that's the whole point. Nazaric kan, they're not interested in ruling the land. They just wanted to safeguard dia punya existence from the possible threats. Kan dia katakan the biggest threat kan is actually other players, other world items being used against them. Macam yang that happen to Shelter. It's not a possibility, it's factual because Shelter dah pernah kena control.
This is the thing. Kalau macam katalah betul macam, well, I've got anyway I'm going to stack this into Harapan because what we are talking about is in a way our Harapan as well, because if it's ending it, because now we've got 15 and 16, and 15 and 16 the just basic premise is Ainz dia bercuti ke dunia elf bersama the 2 dark elf Mare dengan Aura, and it's 2 volumes long. These 2 volumes that's out. So wait, you're going to the elf land and then we still haven't got a conclusion with what you're going to do with you know, the people with potential, as you say, world items like flipping the dragons, and so what? Are you going to finish it all by 17, 18 bucks lah? I don't know. Tapi macam, rasa macam we are waiting for this, and personally, whilst it's all intriguing and all, but wow, for a few seasons about a girl wanting to get his her little doggy to be his her lover for the rest of eternity, was it culminated in this, and yet we have the bigger things in place, like, you know, potential enemies for Nazarick with world items and all. But anyway, we've got a film coming out of a story that was meant to be in the middle of the season. Dia nak basically Overlord dengan the Robles Holy Kingdom. Just the basic premise is that Jaldabaoth muncul kembali menyerang Holy Kingdom. So again, same shenanigans lah. But I do not know what the ending is. But obviously by the time kita tengok episod 7 hari tu, Holy Kingdom dah minta makanan daripada Nazarick from Reaksi. So I don't know whether or not the animation company will take this story as a story selepas Reaksi jatuh, but it doesn't make sense because I don't think they can do that anymore. Because they dah sebut Holy Kingdom already in episode 7, so there's no way they could backpedal it and whatever. So then we got these 2 novels. The novels actually came out in June. They're available at Amazon Japan, but obviously if you can read Japanese, go ahead lah. Tapi saya tak tahu, I'm sure ada fan translation of this somewhere on the net. By all means, I'm sure you know where to look for them if you look. What else have we got to say? I mean, have you got any other harapan else things to add actually for this? How many episodes? 13 episode of season 4, guys. Ada apa pergi nak tambah?
I'm hoping they actually have satu filem. Selain the filem yang coming ni, I want to see another film for the final arc. I tak tahu how or what they're going to do, but kalau if they're really going to face the 13 warriors, that should be given a movie punya treatment. Because that is the finale. That is the most epic moment. So you want to show all of them fighting in big screen format lah. Spend all the budget that you have. Letak je duit budget kat situ sebab it deserves to be on the big screen.
I just want to add this comment before we forget. Memang Yasir sebenarnya ingatkan semua negara nak lawan Nazarick macam Empire baru cakap pada akhir season 3. But I think because bukan once they started seeing how kuat Nazarick was, they decided okay, tak jadi lah. That was the reason.
Berkecut ini yang terkejut.
Nampak kambing hitam 5 ekor. I think yeah. Not just that. I mean the fact that if irons can just pop up in the Colosseum just like that and suddenly, okay, I'll be your vassal state for an empire that big after what they have achieved. I don't know what else.
Itu tak apa. The fact that he sure he can bring people back from the dead to in the open kepada rakyat manusia. Oh, macam like nak fikir apa lagi dah?
Bunuh 13 hero. No,
banyak orang komen hopefully 13 hero tu akan mati kan. So yes,
aku rasa damai dah. Justice for Entoma.
Yeah. I think Evil Eye akan jadi makanan Entoma lah. Ain's promise her that she gets Evil Eye. Makan.
So nampak gayanya bukan Paimon suatu je lah makanan. So Evil Eye akan jadi makanan juga seperti Paimon.
Makan
anyway,
dimakan lagi, dihidupkan balik.
Oh, that would be fucked up, man. Fucked up gila. Because you know, if you've been eaten, where did you come from?
Macam Adi kata itu kan.
Anyway, right. So, wow. Guys, daripada kita we've done.
What about my harapan?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I thought you have waxed lyrical. Go ahead. I'll let you talk.
My harapan is more. My harapan is more simple. If they do going to spend the next season lepak dekat negara Elf Kingdom kan, the Dark Elf Kingdom kan, I hope there will be at least Dark Elf Myth Kingdom, Giant Mirko Queen Elf. What do you want, Ain Sama? What can I do to save my people?
Video nak bagi ke? Ingat video nak bagi ke? Ingat video nak bagi ke?
Well, Albedo at this point kan, maybe dia kan buku bertubuh ruas, maybe the Elf Queen is an immortal. This is like a drows. They're not simple folks. For all you know, dia ada berbagai tu, it's all rune.
Nanti kan fanfiction R18 daripada mangaka baru dari Malaysia bernama Andri Alwi akan available di Torano Ana dan juga Balance Books di masa terdekat.
If it happens kan, you can expect at least 8 seasons from me lah.
8 seasons self-made apa episodes of fanfiction. Oh, there you go, Maruyama. You want your fanfiction? Here from Malaysia.
I call it Shinseki Overlord R18 Adventures. Yuki Hen.
I hope Kementerian Dalam Negeri tak menonton this. Anyway guys, so thanks. Chat ada lagi 2 komen Izzat. Okay, there's nothing new to add lah. So guys, thanks a lot for putting up with us. Anyway, nampaknya as usual kita dah tiba di penghujung kita punya sesi bedah untuk season finale Overlord season 4 dan diharapkan penonton di rumah terhibur dan kami berharap penonton di rumah akan kembali bersama kami kali ini hari Jumaat pada 7 hari bulan Oktober jam 9 malam untuk actually saya nak buat 9.30 malam untuk Cyberpunk ni because dia weekday. Bagi sesi ulasan Cyberpunk Edge Runners bersama panel kita yang sama, Andri Alwi dan Shaz, stock owner terbesar untuk CD Projekt Red, dan juga kita ada lagi satu panelis, saudara Munif Malik. Hopefully we'll have a good session on Friday night. Kepada anda yang baru ke sesi kami, jangan lupa untuk melanggan, berkongsi dan klik butang like untuk butang like untuk kedua-dua laman YouTube STOMACHOFCHAOS dan juga BUZZPOPTV, laman pop culture suka ramai Malaysia. So, terima kasih kerana sudi bersama kami. Sekali lagi pada rakan panelis saya ucapkan Otsukare sama deshita. Muhammad Syazli American, Kaki Anime, dan juga Isekai Waifu Hunter Andri Alwi, dan saya Kudo Maharizo signing off. Ijo desu. Mata ato de. Bye guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Aku ingat aku punya screen ni iPad, nak tekan screen. Pangang ke apa?